It was supposed to be just another star-studded premiere in Los Angeles. But what unfolded on that stage left the entire crowd speechless. The lights dimmed, the screen faded to black, and then a voice. That unmistakable, gravelly, soul-stirring voice that's defined generations. Bruce Springsteen, the boss, walked onto the stage, guitar in hand, and turned a Hollywood premiere into a once-in-a-lifetime concert. The audience couldn't believe it. They weren't just watching a movie premiere, they were witnessing history. Because at AFI Fest 2025, Bruce Springsteen didn't just watch the story of his life unfold on screen, he became part of it again. Live, raw, and real. The film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, isn't just another celebrity biopic. It's a cinematic love letter to a man whose music gave voice to America's heart. The factory worker, the dreamer, the broken soul still holding on to hope. Directed by Scott Cooper, the movie dives deep into the making of Springsteen's 1982 masterpiece, Nebraska, the dark, haunting album that stripped away fame and spotlight to reveal the man behind the boss. Playing Springsteen is none other than Jeremy Allen White, the Emmy-winning actor from The Bear whose gritty, emotional intensity mirrors the energy of Bruce himself. And joining him, a breakout young star, just 9 years old, Matthew Pelicano Jr., playing Little Bruce, the kid from Freehold, New Jersey, who dreamed of something bigger. The premiere was already a big deal. Critics, fans, and music legends all gathered under one roof to celebrate the film. But nobody, absolutely nobody, expected what happened next. Just as the cast and crew took their bows, the lights in the theater began to flicker, and the unmistakable sound of a harmonica filled the air. The crowd gasped. And there he was, Bruce Springsteen, standing center stage, guitar slung over his shoulder, smiling that humble, knowing smile that only comes from decades of doing what you love. Without a word, he strummed the opening chords to Atlantic City. The audience erupted, cameras were raised, tears were shed, and for the next 10 minutes, Bruce wasn't a rock legend, he was home. It was raw, unfiltered, and emotional. As he sang, Jeremy Allen White stood off to the side, visibly emotional. You could see it. The weight of portraying someone like Bruce, and then watching him bring it to life in front of you. Even young Matthew Pelicano Jr., who plays Bruce as a child, couldn't stop smiling. Later, he told reporters, "It's an honor to play little Bruce Springsteen, and it's Oscar-worthy. Meeting him was amazing. He's so cool and tells the best stories." But the night had another surprise waiting, one no one saw coming. As Bruce finished his song, the room stood in thunderous applause. Fans, journalists, even Hollywood insiders couldn't believe what they'd just seen. Online, clips from the moment exploded within hours. Only the boss could steal the show. At his own movie premiere, one user wrote on X, "This man doesn't just live music, he is music," another fan posted. Jeremy Allen White, still riding the wave of emotion, took the mic and shared something deeply personal. "I graduated high school last night," he confessed to laughter and applause. The crowd was confused at first, but then Jeremy explained he'd never received his diploma because he'd left school early to chase acting. But at the film premiere, his old drama teacher showed up and handed him his high school diploma years later. Jeremy choked up as he told the story, calling it one of the most surreal nights of my life. The fans online went wild again, calling it a full circle moment and the perfect ending to a story about finding your true path. What most people don't know is that this premiere was never meant to include Bruce himself. He'd been recovering quietly from health issues earlier this year, and insiders say his team originally advised him not to perform. But Bruce, being Bruce, insisted. According to one AFI organizer, he told them, "If it's about me, I better show up and play." And so he did. The performance wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed. Even the film's producers didn't know until moments before. A stagehand revealed that Bruce had walked in with his guitar 10 minutes before the film ended and simply said, "Where can I plug in?" Another touching behind-the-scenes moment, little Matthew Pelicano Jr. was reportedly so nervous to meet Bruce that he practiced his introduction for days. When he finally met him, Bruce laughed and said, "Kid, you did me proud." Hollywood insiders are already buzzing that Deliver Me From Nowhere could be a serious contender this award season. Music critics are calling Jeremy Allen White's transformation eerily accurate, praising his ability to capture Bruce's working-class spirit and emotional rawness. Film journalist Rachel Davis told Variety, "This isn't just a Rockstar movie. It's a meditation on what it means to live through your art." Jeremy Allen White doesn't imitate Bruce. He becomes him. And music historian Tom Powers added, Springsteen performing at his own biopic premiere? That's not just a concert, that's a legacy moment. It blurs the line between art and artist in the most poetic way possible. For Bruce, this film, and that unforgettable performance, feels like a victory lap. After decades of pouring his soul into music, he's watching a new generation discover the man behind Born to Run. For Jeremy Allen White, it's a career-defining role that proves he can step out of television and into cinematic greatness. And for fans, it's a reminder that Bruce Springsteen's story isn't just about fame or fortune. It's about resilience, authenticity, and never forgetting where you came from. When Bruce walked onto that stage and sang his heart out, it wasn't for Hollywood. It was for the people, the dreamers still chasing something more. This isn't the first time Bruce has surprised fans. From his impromptu street performances to his tearful Broadway residency, Springsteen has always blurred the line between legend and neighbor, between icon and everyman. But this moment at AFI Fest, it felt different. It felt final, like a man watching his life story unfold, then adding one more unforgettable chapter with his own hands. It reminded fans of when Elton John performed at Rocketman's premiere, or when Freddie Mercury's voice echoed through the Oscars during Bohemian Rhapsody's triumph, but this was uniquely Bruce. Quiet, honest, emotional. And as he strummed that final note, smiled at the crowd and simply said, "Thanks for coming." You could feel it. The soul of rock and roll, alive and well. So what began as a red carpet premiere became a spiritual homecoming. Bruce Springsteen, the boss, the storyteller, the poet of America's heart, reminded us all why legends never fade. Because some voices don't just sing songs, they sing life. And on that night in Los Angeles, Bruce didn't just deliver a performance. He delivered himself from nowhere and into eternity.